He has pretty good like CT rotated positions, but then T positions he's like generally lurking, which is super interesting because usually people are like anchoring and lurking. That's what you'll find if you guys ever verse any like good pros. They just feel super hard to kill. Like they're always just getting behind the walls fast. Like they're not just like leaving themselves open to just be killed. Super hard for them to win unless they just get an insta shot into some pious. Super smart. Definitely in the flow state right now. What's up guys? So I thought I'd do something a bit different today. We're going to do a demo review of this kind of up and coming CIS player, Tania. He's from Belarusian, and I feel like people don't talk about him that much. I think people are maybe starting to talk about him right now. He's been around the scene for a while, but he's been firing up recently ever since he joined Heroic this year. So he joined, January, started this year. He was in Gun 5 before, which was like a Russian like CIS team, and he was clearly like firing up. This is like towards the end of last year. So then over the new year, I think he signed that kind of like little break with Heroic, and yeah, so he was firing up last year, and then this year he's been doing super good, just super consistent. He plays interesting kind of roles, like he has pretty good like CT rotated positions, but then T positions he's like generally lurking, which is super interesting because usually people are like anchoring and lurking instead of like lurking and like rotator. So it's interesting to see. So he's been also firing up like towards short on Mirage. He's been super consistent towards that position, and I know in my career whenever I've played short I've found it quite difficult. Like I prefer playing A site, to be honest. So watch his CT half here where he completely destroys bait here. The Ukrainian team who's through to the major. They went 3-0 just then to make it through to stage 2, so they're like by no means a bad team. They're definitely the top of like tier 2 at the moment. So yeah, Tania just completely destroys them. So we'll have a look, guys. Try a different kind of video here. Usually I'm watching demos just in my spare time, so may as well watch them with you fellas as well. So let's have a look at it. Alright, so let's have a look. It's a bit of an A stack pistol. Teammates pushing ramp. He's playing top balk. 2 spotter main, 3 spotter main, 1 palace, he knows probably. Head trick, nice shot. What I've noticed with him, he has super calm, kind of relaxed aim, which has been something, you know, I always try and kind of preach, like not holding your mouse too like tightly. So holding it in like kind of a relaxed position, like imagine you're just clicking around your desktop, something like that. That's how we kind of want to hold it. I think he kind of does that, which is really good, which makes it consistent because like maybe in your pugs, you can play like super good. You might be able to aim really good because you don't have any nerves, you don't have like your heart beating, you don't have like any adrenaline, but as soon as you get a bit of adrenaline, you see like Karrigan like just shaking like so hard. When you see him play pugs or whatever, he's like fine, but as soon as he gets into game, because he has that like reaction of like holding his mouse really hard, he like tenses up like when he gets adrenaline. So you want to be like consistent, just always aiming the same. So that's why like holding your mouse grip lightly is like super important. What's up guys? If you're grinding CS2 and you feel like you're stuck or just not improving the way you want, this is for you. I put together a full course designed to help you hit 3k elo. As you guys know, I've spent years competing and coaching players at all levels. I've worked one-on-one with people who are hard stuck, and I've helped them break through by focusing on the stuff that actually matters. In this course, I'll give you the super specific practical advice you need, like the optimal sensitivity range, a training routine, desk height depending on your sensitivity, optimal tone of voice so your teammates actually listen to you in your pug, and other specific stuff like this. We'll also cover how to set up your game optimally, mechanics, communication, everything you need to learn to be 3k elo. So go check it out in the description below. It doesn't have to be like super light, it's about to fall out. Like sometimes you can hold it a little bit firmer, but when you see someone, you don't want to like grip like this. You can slowly, you can like grip it a tiny bit more, so you can actually stop your mouse like from like sliding too much. What I like to do is push down on the mouse instead of like gripping it hard on the side. Just push down a little bit, and that's like uses that like stops the mouse from moving pretty fast. If that makes sense to you guys. So here, just short, just nice bursts, just tapping away, really good. I think a lot of like lower level people would just be spraying right there, just like spraying all their bullets, but he's just not afraid to just shoot like short bursts. I think that's like something to note. You notice like whenever I play like a really nice game, or like I'm feeling like I'm always like just doing like bursts like that at the kind of long range, not just like spraying my whole clip. So it's good like mouse control we're seeing from him already. So CTs are playing in underpass, walking towards short, be open. no B block util, so they haven't like thrown a molly in apps, which kind of leads this guy to think like he gets a feeling that he might just walk like this. I know like a lot of the players I play against, especially like Asian teams, like maybe tier 1 they'll be like, okay, no, like something's going on, like why haven't they mollied? But like I know tier 1 teams will be aware of this, but like in my games, bro, like against like lots of Asian teams and Australian teams, people are just gonna walk this if you don't molly. So I'd advise in your pugs or whatever to always just molly apps, just bounce a molly. Even if you're going towards short here, just throw it through the apps here, so it bounces here. Okay, he gets wrecked. So I call this a ROPS fake. It's where it's like you're clearing an angle, but you're going in and out of the angle. So I call it ROPS fake. It's like in Sandwich here. I saw him do it like years ago and called it a ROPS fake. But it's like going out, peeking. Okay, no one there, peeking. Like this, like timing peeking. So you're always like moving and you're always peeking him and not just sitting here so he can like just peek, stop, react, and kill you. So he still has under setup, so he's happy to hold short here, but he just gets wrecked. Super default round. So both these teams are like CIS teams, and CIS teams play a lot like this, like a lot spread like this, low top mid, like 1-1-1, 1-1 defaults, like just spread defaults, and they just chill a lot on T side. So something to consider with how they're playing. Maybe holding util, like he's not just like smoking short, swinging short, peeking top mid. He's just chilling. Plus he has AWP. Just holding as well. Super passive the way they're playing. Just chaining smokes con. It's a nice like smoke you can do from con. You can go against this wall and just aim at the top of these bricks to the left and all land nicely in con. So he's ready for something here. He's ready for a B pop, so he has the molly pinned. They spotted, so he blocks. Now it's gonna cut them in half. Good spray, little dunk slide. I talk about the two different types of dunk slides. This is just like the default first one. Like the dunk slide number 1, which is just shooting, you see the guy and then you start crouching and just like Tarek used to do it back in the day and just strafe to the right, gets the headshot. So MPL's IGL, so like mid player, so he's expecting like more in apps here, I'd say. He's also kind of scared about the short low. I think that's pretty low chance. But I think maybe the youngster's calling maybe short, could be ladder. Yeah, he's just chilling up apps. Yeah, that's good movement. Is he dinking that? Yeah, that's good. Just staying alive. If you look at his sense deals, POV, super hard for him. Just in out, sees the shadow. Just impossible to kill. That's what you'll find if you guys ever verse any like good pros. They just feel super hard to kill. Like they're always just getting behind the walls fast. Like they're not just like leaving themselves open to just be killed. They're always just like killing and then just insta behind the wall, or like jiggling in a way that's like they're not going to get caught jiggling, but they're going to get like the information off you. You'll see it like when you play like you verse like good pro teams, and they're like, especially AWPing against like good teams, their movement's so good, it's super hard to like actually kill them. Like you'll be AWP scoped here, but this guy will just like jump spot perfectly, like do one of these like left strafe high and like spot you up here and then strafe down like that, if that makes sense. It's like classic little jump spot that people like good players with good movement can do. So what I really like is like short players who are super active on here. So just like you can run up here, just throw like the deep flash from here, just at the bottom left of the carpet, and like just swinging top mid. I really like this block smoke, like this bounce smoke that lands here. I think that's super nice as well, because you can like play around here. You can get a flash from like your A guy flash, kill this guy bottom con. Playing it obviously towards ladder room. But this smoke is really good. It's just super annoying as a team when this smoke's up, because you have to run through it if you want to go. And you can even just smoke there and hold the smoke, and people will just run through sometimes. So here, swings short, top mid, mulling boxes, has the nade from window, sees there's nothing mid. Here's like a bunch of nades A smoke, rotate. So this is what everyone does. If you have a nade, you need to time it. So like as they're crossing, you nade this smoke here like this. If you have a molly, drop your molly right here. It's really good because it like spreads across here. So imagine you're coming here, you can't like move, you can't plant like anywhere around here. You have to plant default, which means this CT guy can like easily spam. He doesn't have to come to here to spam or something. Super annoying. Like I personally think this like third smoke that they've thrown here is like not great. I always prefer just like stairs and jungle because like as I'm like a player, so I can always just play around the smoke and just gives me like space kind of. Once if you do the smoke like in your pugs or you see it, you need to like flash through or like jump through at the same time. Peel the smoke we call it, where you like jump right, jump left. But yeah, everyone's like always gonna be nading the smoke. If you have a molly, chuck it here. Because imagine this guy had a molly here, he wouldn't be able to cross. Just delaying seconds, delaying, and then he has to wait for the molly. So. Great nade, gets white though, has a second nade though, still aware of this mid lurk possibility, has a bit of time, bomb only just got planted so he can clear this mid. A lot of like amateur players, they just like start retaking right now, but he's fine to like take a bit of time. He knows he's reading this lurk from Alex, super smart. Alex just would have insta after plant, he would have seen that the plant default and he still makes this play. It's nuts. I think he's like, thinking here is definitely something along the lines of like, okay, 5v5, they're gonna take like time. They're gonna group somewhere. They're gonna call the util. Okay, you smoke here, you flash here. Like you smoke palace, I'll like flash off contact. Like I'll hold. Some players saying I'll hold like main swing and pal swing, so you guys run out. Like all this stuff is happening, so he's using this advantage of them. Okay, they want to organize their retake because they're 5v5. They need to organize what they're gonna do. They still have some util, bunch of util left, like bunch of smokes. They have 3 smokes, so that's his thinking. But Tenia's one step ahead, but he missed it. Here's a step there. Yeah, that's Alex is not happy about that. Unreal shot on the Sentinel. Here's like just that faint step. Super faint. Takes him down. Super relaxed aim there as well. Just really nice crosshair play. Right on where like T's can be. Little crouch after the first like 3 bullets. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, after the first 2 bullets. Insta crouch. Playing super slow here. So what they've done here is T's as a reaction. You'll notice like when they know that mass is like the numbers, which is like the mass of the people. So like 3 people is like the mass of 5. It's like the main group of people. The T's understand that the main group of people is coming towards CT here. They hear the flash, they hear 2 flashes, they hear steps, bunch of shit going on. So what a reaction we have like on pistols and what like pros do is if you hear like a bunch of them CT, you go and you try and isolate this con guy, kill this con guy, because then you can play from here. You don't want to push into the masses with 5, right? So you hear mass CT, okay, let's go take jungle. You hear like mass jungle, mass con, okay, let's take CT. That's like the reaction. So that's what he's doing here, and that's what Tenia understands as well, right? Because these guys are probably going to clear here. Okay, they see nothing, they're going to swing around to hold CT, and then Tenia's going to go super late. So that's like what he's thinking right now. He's becoming like the win condition. It's the same on like nuke. Like someone will sometimes go down like so late down vents, like 20 seconds left on the bomb, 15 seconds left on the bomb, because it's just like so unexpected, especially if you have like a man advantage. Like you just sit at the top of vents or like go down the vent and don't activate till your teammates like all activate towards ramp to like try and retake B site on nuke. That's kind of what he's doing here. He's just full waiting out the timer and just making sure there's no lurks, letting them take jungle, and then activating after they take contact. So this is like super high level gameplay. They would have reviewed this game afterwards and been very happy with how he played, I'm sure. The assistant coach of Heroic right now, it was my ex-coach in Sprout Academy, so I know he'd be happy about that little play. Just smart things like that these people like that pros are like really good at. It's like always, it's like kind of small things always, but it's just smart things, you know, intelligent things. So that's why it's really important to watch demos like kind of like this, because you learn small things like that. But even better to watch them with me, because you might not even know that concept, so then you can learn it, I guess. Gets boosted up. So still definitely there's like vibes when you're in teams of like, okay, this guy's like a star. Even if he's like, you look at Jim Pat, like Naf back in the day, it's like these people, everyone knows that they're the star player of the team, even if they might not be in the star roles. They just have like a vibe about them, right? And I think he's definitely one of these people. Just getting boosted ups, asking for what he wants, controlling the game. That's what a star player is. Someone who can control the game, make it how they want it, make calls. Just boosted apps. Job spotting, playing like so light on mid, Xcloud just spotting short. Kill Xcloud. Walking short, they're just staying here. Always spotted. Oh, that's unreal. No way. No way. That's crazy. How has he done that? Alright, he should just be dead there. Once again, he looks fairly relaxed in this situation. Like after this, I guarantee like 99% of you would just swing and try and kill this guy and then die to this guy, who would just kill you. But he's just like super relaxed. Gets full spotted in like a terrible position, just full relaxed aim. Just headshots. He's not afraid to like take the fights. What I said before, burst, burst, burst. He's not just spraying his whole clip, just praying and crouching. He's taking his time, burst, burst. Really good adjustment. Little dong slide at the end. Make himself hard to hit as well. If you look at it from Essentials POV, just really hard to hit for him as well. It's scary when you're running apps here and you hit the two teammates get like insta burst one tapped. Oh, really good. Then that last kill, Kenzia would be hard to kill. He's 1 HP as well. So he's still hard to hit though. Like look at that little dong slide to the side. Bang. If you know it's not going to be like a super favorable fight, this is what it's like really good. And what pros do is like these ones are pretty chill, like he doesn't have to move too much, but he knows this last one because he has to flick so far there's going to be like an unfavorable fight. He's more movementy, so he's not going to just stay in the same spot, right? He's making himself like super hard to hit on this final shot because he has to flick. He has a disadvantage when you're like using not much mouse movement like Nico or whatever. The way he aims, it's like just peek and then aim at like wherever the enemy is. It's like just peek, stop, react. But whenever like you're caught off or something, it's good to like move a bunch and be like, fuck. Like it's kind of like if you see someone out of the corner, I start swinging at you, like oh shit. You gotta like move a bit and like make it hard to hit instead of just like looking at them directly, like in a direct fight where you just want to go, okay, it's an equal fight, bang, I'm gonna aim him. But here, because he has to flick so far from after these kills, he realizes it and he like crouches. Like he crouches to the left and then goes right afterwards because he wants to make himself super hard to hit. It's really good. And an MPL. Last man left in con. He's looking real good so far. I mean that's a crazy little sight hold. It's a great smoke if you're a short player. Smoke palace. Nading the top mid smoke. Once again, buying boxes. Lands in palace. Help out the A player. Picks up window boost because look, his teammate. He's like super aware. Like if you're in your pubs, you got to be aware of everything, right? You always got to be looking up at your mini map. So if you see this, you see okay, they're both like towards stairs. They're not even looking at mid. So okay, I'm gonna pick up window and kind of pivot between window and ladder. It's like a really good spot here where you can go from like peeking this and then going to here and seeing either side. Like you go like peek, stop, react. I've talked about that concept a lot. It's in my like course down below, but like it's basically just like yeah, peek, stop, and then reacting to where they are. It's best peaks, super fast, kind of peeking with intention, kind of great little spot to do it here. He's just going bang, bang, bang. It's a really nice spot. If you're a short player, you can like default into that position. You want to have like comfort kind of spots on every CT spot, so like play spots where you're like super comfortable and that you like really like the angles and you're used to the angles, so you can always lean back on that. Nice. walks like through the smoke on the timing of like in his head he knows this planter is gonna be looking at that like that way. So here's the plant, it could be a tap, but this guy's shot so he knows he has a timing to walk through the smoke. This is the flash I talked about before. Dropping a smoke to his B player. Just flashing over mid, swinging short. As a short player, you don't want to be afraid to take those fights towards short. Alright, so that's what I picked. Just set kind of a comfort position, as I said before. He's Orps holding the short walk up here. Sunpius was holding this, so he's happy to just hold the window boost. You saw one under window, didn't you? Little black dot. Yeah, see that? This one, this jiggle. Yeah, look at that. There's a person there, mate. I think he saw it right at the end there, the second time. Right there. Do you see that, guys? Look at the bottom right. So he sees him there and then bang. And he notices it. He's calling one under window, one under window. It's the headshot, of course. Here's the script Tetris. Sunpius gets it. Good work. Not over peeking, not being stupid. Good CS so far. Okay, Bait realize they need to play a bit faster. They have no util, so they just play super fast into mid. This time he's boosting lines. Just faking the util, nading, mulling. Nice deep up Smolly. Small detail, guys, when you're boosting, we need you to boost. See this like line? You just go a little bit to the left of it, like this. So don't be up on the edge of it. You want to be to the left of it, like about here. And you just stand there, and then your teammate can just jump off like this little ledge here, like this, and just jump on your head, and then jump up here. If you're too high, like if you're on this curb, then you're going to be too high and they can't jump up. If you're too far left, they won't make the jump. So just go a bit left of this thing, of this curb. Let's get into. Just gonna save. This is a great save position, guys. Always just default towards around here. There's also a spot. See this microwave? If you run on this edge here, and you go on this side of the microwave where the door is, you can go like on top of it, and you go super high in the air, like up here. You can hold from here. Alright, this time he's dead. Does the flash I talked about, and just gets surprised. He gets peeked. Peeked by a very fast Ukrainian who sped up. Another good kill. Kenzie just having a round. See what he did. Molly's nothing. Misses his molly underpass. He tried to molly. Holding the gun super weird. This is a play you can do, guys, just in your pubs. I'll actually show you afterwards. I'll do it in post-production. So here's two plays you can use to get fast map control on Mirage. So the first one is getting a con smoke. So you're standing on top of the bin, you're crouching, and there's a little blob here, a little white blob. If we zoom in the AWP, bottom left of the white blob, you can also remember it with this yellow line, just out to when you hit the white blob, and you just W jump smoke while crouching. That is a con smoke. The window smoke, I get into the front corner of this trash can, and then where this hits the edge of the white, just in the middle of this barrier. You do right, so you hit D, and then jump through. and this window smoke and con smoke. So with this play, you run up top mid here, you do a middle click flash, you want to peek, stop, react close here, in case there's a guy short, run up here, and do kind of what the player on bait was doing, and take fight short, just like this. And you're covered by this con smoke. Make sure to listen out for like a con break. A lot of the time they'll like nade from con, so you'll be running up here, you need to just listen for that, see that, dung, like that. And if you hear that, just make sure you might be out here, but you need to come back and just like take this cover, right? Because they probably peek the con, you can go for kills, and you can just take ladder like he did. Don't be afraid to fight B here, take aim kills. That's what you want to be doing in your face pugs, right guys? So next play I like to do is the kind of inverse parallel of running up short, and it's with a window and a top mid smoke. So top mid smoke is left of the trash can, aim at the top of this barrier, at the top of this antenna, and then in this corner, same spot in the middle of this, strafe to the right a little bit and throw. Then you're going to run top mid like this, and you're going to bounce a molly into underpass. So you'll see that there is like an A there, you can see at the top of it. It's just to the right of this white wall, and you just bounce a molly like this, then you flash, and we just do that flash just to make sure that the short guy is full white. And then you peek with it, so you have top mid smoke, you have a flash, they're flashing mid here if they're here, so you're going to clear them. You're going to come down here, and you're just going to take fights con. Don't be afraid to take fights. Go like this, and then I want you to clear underpass like this. And you'll see a guy here, so I'll put a bot here. There's people who like sit like this with a 5-7 or something, and they can't hide there, you can see them. See that? So look out for that. So what I do is I like clear con like this, come into underpass, clear that. Okay, there's a guy there. Okay, I'll just walk up and kill him, shoot his arm off. Or, okay, there's no one there, it's clear, so I can continue up con. Hopefully your teammates throw those smokes for you. Obviously, if they don't, then you can throw them. That's why I showed you. There's also the spawn lineup, so you can do spawn lineup and then top mid as well. So these are plays you can do, and that's what a lot of this game is, guys. Is just taking fights, not trying to get like perfect util, double nading a guy everywhere, mulling. Like you can just take fights like I just showed you guys. Just taking the fights con, taking the fight short. That's how we're gonna get you in advantaged positions and making sure you're developing good habits of like being able to entry. Because that's the hardest part of the game. It's easy just to hold and shoot a guy, right? So you want to be able to like come up short and understand the crosshair placement, understand your mouse tension, not holding it too hard. So there's 2 plays you can add to your gameplay. So now you've seen the theory of smoking window, smoking con, or smoking window, smoking top mid, and like fighting con. We're gonna see one example here. Obviously kills our boy near. Super nice. 2 kills, runs up short, knows short plays dead, knows there's only 1B. Because Orpa probably started window, Orpa could be market, so he clears that angle. Really nice headshot onto lines. Nose is low. Just chills out. Very good. Right, back to our boy Tania. Double flashes mid. Okay, this is called a Joker play, we call this, where it's like you play on the total opposite side of the map. Because in these pro games, like people are looking at names, so if they see that like the A player is dead, they're gonna think A is clear. So say obviously Line's B player, but I think Youngstar is he con? Say Youngstar's A player. If they kill Youngstar and Tania is hiding on A, then they're not going to expect a second player A, right? Because they've killed the A player. If that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what they're doing. They're not doing the Joker play like I said. They're actually just pushing. I think because they have the AWP B here. It's interesting. Just run into a few numbers there. Could be anti. Making a great position here. Just a few body shots. Just 3 positions. Gives bomb. Happy to give it up. So now he's done something really good. He's kind of created 3 points of contact. So I talk about this a lot. It's like whenever you're exiting A as T, you want like you want as many points of contact as you can get, right? Because if you know, imagine you're a CT and you know they're all palace, right? Well, you can sit like here, hiding here. You can sit like hiding triple. You can crouch down here. You can hide here. If they're all palace, right? But imagine they're pal and main. Okay, well this position isn't a thing anymore because you died in main. Like hiding here isn't as much of a position anymore as well. Obviously here isn't really a position anymore because they can just clear you here. So the more points of contact you have, the less amount of spots you can kind of sit in, right? Another one, if you add on corners into that as well, okay, you obviously can't sit triple anymore. You can't sit here because you're dead to main. You can't sit really like anywhere if you have like a con like player as well. That's why A splits are really good when you have a power guy, you have a main guy, and like 3 con, or like 2 con, maybe even a window boost, and then like 1 main, 1 PAL, or even just 1 main, no 1 PAL, because there's always a threat of like PAL for CTs. So more points of contact is always really good, but also what is also good is threats of point of contact, so you don't need to actually have players in that position, right? So they know Tania was around here, he could be repositioning Palace or main, and that threat's still there for them, right? So if we look at Kenzio, he's like scared of Pal, he's scared of main. It's basically like a 3v2 right now. Okay, how's it a 3v2? It's 2v2. No, it's 3v2 because these guys are super scared of Con, Jungle, CT because they don't know where Sampias is. But they know that one player is here or here in their heads. They're not expecting him to come back to mid here. So they're playing pretty much a 3v2. Super hard for them to win unless they just get an insta shot into Sampias. Like, look how uncomfortable they are. Imagine they knew that this guy like went back to mid. Okay, Kenzio's gonna be super like chill, like playing around here. Doesn't have to worry about power or main. So that's what he's done here. He's added a point of contact, and then just reposition. So there's kind of like 3 players. It's kind of like what they did before. It's like you could smoke B apps and then like come play like 5 mid, as well as like smoking main and coming 5 mid. To them, they think you can be the A player could be anywhere. PAL, default, triple, close main. You could be anywhere, right? In their heads, the T side's heads, they think you can be anywhere. But then you're kind of playing with 7 players in their heads until they see you all 5 in mid. Okay, well then it's clear, right? So that's how like tier 1 like high level CS is played. That's how it's thought about. It's like not just like running around just shooting people. It's like a whole other kind of game of thinking about name tags and like positions and like where people can be. It's just an information game. I mean, people say that, but it's like you got to kind of understand how it is an information game. And that's exactly how. So Kenzio is still scared of Palace, mate. He doesn't even know Tania's repositioned here. He kind of gets a feel for it now. I think you might have heard him. Yeah, no. Great little reposition. Super smart. Definitely in the flow state right now. Just so oppressive, you know? Like, Ken's just in a terrible position, just crouched in the corner, because this is the only place he can sit unless he pushes Palace or pushes main, which they could just be a Tania holding, but Tania's mid, so there you go. Alright, final round of half. So just playing super default on short so far, playing pretty chill. Always mauling these boxes, nading top mid, getting information onto mid, killing this guy, killing another one. Great little shot. I'll show you guys quickly a nade from here into window that's even better than the one that he just threw. So instead of throwing this underhand nade that Tania threw, where you take damage if you peek with it, what I'm going to get you guys to do is get into this corner. This is an Unreal nade to learn. And then there's a little corner here, and you want to aim a bit to the right of the corner and just throw. And the nade bounces inside of this and blows the smoke like this. Look how much it blows it as well. So there's a smoke window like there was before. Get into this corner, guys. Aim. There's like a corner here, so it goes like... There's like an edge, there's like a corner that you can aim at. Just aim a bit to the right of it and throw. And it lands in the corner here. And yeah, it just doesn't do any damage. So I'll show you one more time where it lands. It's pretty satisfying. Edge, bit to the right. And look, it lands in there, so it does no damage compared to here where he's going to take damage, right? So one thing to understand, guys, as you see him come out of window here, you're probably going to think he's going to run towards B, right? No. He gets picked. And what do we do when we're picked and we're 4vx? We want to get into groups of like 3-1. So across the map you want to be 3-1. You never want to be like 2-2, because then you're too spread thin and they can just like trade and win. You want to go into like kind of 3-1s like this. So they just decide to leave Sampias B. He has AWP as well, so super strong weapon. And they decide to go 3A. You'll see like a lot of good teams always doing this. This is the same in T side as well. So like one of you guys gets picked, you group into like 3-1. So you have 1 lurker and then 3 working the pack. That's what he does here. So look, he was going towards B. Going towards B. Look, he's running and he's like, okay, no. Pick 3-1. He understands the concept. They coach. would have just taught them this feed, would have taught them this so they understand this is kind of like the setup they want to move into. See some Pies gets the kill, but they're still ready 3A. Some Pies calling Rushy B, but then there's a mid lurk here. And he's aware, I think, of a mid lurk. He might get the kill. Oh, it doesn't see him. Gets caught out, but he's swift completely on him. Head trick. Looks like a complete whiff. Oh no. Oh no. So bad. It's just unfortunate. Sometimes you just have games like this where it's just, you're just missing bullets. And sometimes Tinea, just having games like this where like no one can shoot you and you feel invincible. I'm sure you guys have had games like this. Just fully invincible. And he just dies. So sad. He's not happy about that one. That's for sure. Tinea, will he get the final kill? Of course he will. There you go, that's the half. 18 kills, 3 deaths, 61 headshot percentage, guys. So, I think what we can kind of learn from this is, like, he's not just doing, like, stupid plays, pushing everywhere. He just has, I think he makes a lot of smart, kind of consistent decisions, which is something I notice in CIS players. And that's what you need, like, from a wing player, but he's also a rotator, because obviously he's, like, good enough to play those positions. And on T side, I'm sure he plays, like, very similar, just really smart, calculated, and just is one of those kind of consistent players, because everyone sees like the Monacies and, you know, the Dunks of the world, but no one talks about how like these teams, like for example Fnatic, they've had Crims for like God knows how long. I think like 7 years he's been on Fnatic, and like you think about Fnatic and you look at all the different roster iterations that those guys have had, like god damn it, like it's crazy, and he's just survived all of them. Like, think of all the players they've had. Like, we can even check. Let's have a look. So let's have a look at Fnatic quickly. See the all-time roster. Look at this. Unreal. So this is like, they used to have the Danish kind of lineup. And here, Crims joined. Yeah, so mid-2014 he joined, right? And ever since then, look at him. He's just out-survived all these players. Look at this. The whole of Sweden's joined them. Alex Mezzi. The whole of the UK joined. Like Dexter, even Australians joined, and like look at all their stints. Look at Crim's stint, and why? Because he is always like has a growth mindset. I know, because I know the coach of Fnatic. He has like a really good mindset of just always growing and like listening to younger players. Like younger players will be like, oh no, there's like a better way to do this, and he won't be like old guard. Like no, I know better. I want to major in 2013. Like he actually listens to people, and he's like constructive. He doesn't have like unreal aim or anything. Like he's just smart, and he just plays consistent. Like, kind of reminds me a bit of Tinea, actually. He's just a rock in the team, and he doesn't like create chaos. He just is like super solid, and that's what teams need. Like, if you're that kind of person, like slot into that role and become that kind of player. You don't have to be like some star, like pushing yourself. Oh, I want to push everyone. Just play how you kind of want to play, and play smart, and like have these good decisions, and review your games, which is clear. I guarantee he does. I can see he's like. This is decision making, like running back to mid or something. It's something that's just been thought about, and he has like really fast thought process. Like his A player dies, okay, I'm gonna go into a 3-1 like CT setup. So yeah, just consistent rock of the team, and that's why he's like firing up. At the moment, he's playing really good, and I think he'll be in the pro scene for a long time. So I think we'll see him lasting a long time, probably similar to Crims. So yeah, I have a course down below. Check it out. It's really good. And then I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to do a few more like this, reviewing some of the games, because I think there's a lot to learn from these people, and I think I can give a different kind of insight for you fellas. So thanks for watching, fellas. See you in the next one.